Hello all, a quick introduction to this video. It's just a quick overview of stripping the S-Type down, ready for having the engine out. This obviously is the donor car for my XJ. In the XJ video I will try and do as best I can to document it in detail how to get the engine out and to swap it over. This has obviously just been a learning curve. I didn't know what I was doing because I've never played with one before, so this is just a quick overview video. It doesn't show any technical details or anything like that, it just shows how I got on. So have a watch this one, and then the next one will hopefully be the XJ. And as I say, I'll try and film more, I'll try and detail more, try and give you some more information for anyone who's going to be doing a similar swap. So enjoy the video. I'll say now, like, subscribe and share for me, that would be great. We're slowly climbing up, so I appreciate every single one of you. So enjoy the video. I'll see you in the next one. The time has come for the S-Type. It did its last journey yesterday. We're down to 20 miles of diesel. So we've also sold the wheels. We've sold the ignition barrel and keys. And we've got someone who wants the front bumper, the front grille, and the front washer jet covers. So it sounds like a good time to make a start. I've got it on the lift. Oh yeah, I need to turn this off because I had to have it in neutral to get it on the ramp, but don't know if you can see there's no fuel left. 19 miles, so we're done. So let's stick that back in park, turn that off, and let's make a start. So first thing first, get the wheels off because they're sold. Hopefully they'll get picked up very, very soon. And then we'll start stripping the front down. I'll get the bumper off, wheel arch liners, then bumper, headlights, all the plastics, etc. And then we'll look to drop the whole lot out the bottom as one lump. So engine, gearbox, suspension. See if we can drop the whole front subframe assembly down. Right, let's make a start. I think the phrase is one bolt away from a bad day. If you noticed, 3 of the wheels are off. Four of the nuts are off. One has sheared. So where the bolt head, where you put the socket on, has sheared off from the nut. How the bloody hell am I going to get that off? Well, that's ruined the day. What a palaver. So, first off, I thought, I know, if I undo the caliper and the hub, I may be able to push the hub out of the arm. No, wouldn't move. So I thought, right, okay, I'll just take this whole leg off. All the bolts come undone easily, but could I get the bottom ball joint out? No. So I've had to cut the lower arm so it's not tight, and then obviously hammer it out. So now we have a hub on the floor, which means I can organise somehow drilling that stud out. So in between getting humpy, trying to get the wheel off, I thought I'd take the front end off. So the bumper is off. To remove those, you've got obviously your washer jet caps, you've got bolts there either side of the headlights, which you can see. The grille is bolted on the slam panel, so this comes off, the grille comes off once the bumper's off. That's screwed behind with clips. Screwed behind there with clips, so to get the bumper off you take the grille with it. Also there are ones on each side of here at the top, which you get from down there. You see that bolt there? Can I move it? There. So you get down there, and also there is one, as you can see, on the back corner, again all 10 mils, and then it just pulls off, and then that plug needs to be undone. So that's the front bumper off and the grille separated. Now that's out the way, I've also got, well, I got the wheel arch liners off as well. They're just your normal plastic screws, a couple of 10 mils on the bottom. So now we can have a cup of tea, and then we'll get the headlights out, bumper bar off, and then see what we're doing at the front. Right, we've got a few bits taken off, ready to strip. We've got all the under trays off. Unfortunately, I'll show you underneath, it's a bit rotten. Some of the bolts wouldn't come off, so S-types obviously hide their rot. We got the main big DPF silencer off, cat, whatever. So now it's just a matter of going around and checking what else got removed. I've got to get the prop off, but obviously I've now put it in park, so I've got to put the battery back on to get it out of park, to be able to turn the prop, to be able to undo it. So that's a job for tomorrow morning, so I'll come back to you then. Also, I didn't catch it on film, but thankfully Brian's come over and drilled out the wheel nut. He made a little like a hole saw without the centre drill bit, and drilled the actual nut and not the wheel or the stud. So it only took about 5 minutes, I suppose. If he had a better drill, because my drill was rubbish, but if he had a better drill, it wouldn't have taken no time at all. But thankfully, all the wheels are off. Right, it's the next morning, and as you can see, I've taken off the under trays. Like I said, close of play yesterday, but some of the bolts wouldn't come undone because they were just turning. And as you can probably see there, there's holes. Where else? Oh yes, and there, more holes. Other side was similar. The bolt just turned because it's turning in rust. I think it's all right there. So yeah, so under all that plastic doesn't help the underside. So unfortunately I did have to snap them to break them off. Right, next I'm getting the prop shaft off, but I can't quite get a spanner. Oh, you can't see this, hang on. Right, so I can't quite get a spanner in there to get both sides, so I'm just going to drop the gearbox mount. So I've just supported the gearbox in a bit of wood. I'm just undoing the bolts to get that out of the way. So I can get the prop shaft off, and then if need be, I can put that mount back on just to hold it while we do some more bits and pieces. I'll take the mount off and then lower the crane or stand just to see how it sits. But first off, I'll get that prop undone. I've undone it at the other end, so it's just this end now. Got a few more bits off, the engine under tray, the tunnel heat reflector sound deadener, the prop shaft, the gear selector cable off the gearbox. I'm now just going through the wheel arches and seeing what needs to come off. I've taken off the positive jump point there that's under the wheel arch. There's another loom that goes through the hole as well, so I need to see where that goes. I've taken off the positive feed to the battery and the earths on the engine bay. On this side, also the ABS sensor. I've now got to just take off the brake line on this side, and then obviously work our way around. So we've got bits here that are bolted on, and then work our way around to the other wheel arch. But tea time. I used to get mocked for my baby-like milky tea. So I've gone cold turkey. I just have it black now. Saves me having to remember to bring milk to the workshop. I've done some more removing. I've taken off everything this side, everything around the front that I can see. But all I was left with, well, say all I was left with, what I was left with was the big loom across the top there. Look, comes through under here. Also, I thought. So I pulled out the column filter box, and it actually all plugs in down here, which is handy because I thought I was going to have to take it all off the engine, but no, it just plugs in here, so that's handy. I can also now get to the matrix pipes, so that's a good thing. And I don't think we're really that far off. I've been just going around taking bits and pieces off. I just need to check the fuel lines, see where they go. I think the rad is ready to come down. I've taken a few bits off over there, all the scuttle panels out, obviously. So I'll continue. I think it's ready. I've undone the matrix pipes. I've undone the fuel pipes. I've undone the brake pipes. I've undone the looms. I've undone the steering rack bolt. I've undone everything. I think it's ready. I hope it's ready. I hope I've not missed anything. Right, time to give it a go. There she is. She is out and on the floor. Still on the subframe. I think I'm going to leave it all on the subframe until the XJ one comes out, so they're side to side and we can see what's any different. Hopefully there won't be any difference, and it'll just be a matter of simply swapping the subframes over. So, sorry about the rain. It's Bank Holiday Monday. It's chucking it down, and obviously with a tin roof it's quite noisy. Some things I did notice: I didn't need to undo the matrix pipes up there because they're fixed and they all come to this, looks like a pump here. So it's just a matter of undoing this pump, or not even undoing it, leaving it in situ but taking the pipes off. So we'll make a note of that for the XJ. The positive over here I didn't need to remove, so obviously that's just joined in somewhere else. I suppose if you get a flat battery and you can't get any hot weather, you can take the liner off and get to the positive. Obviously that one did need to come off. So next it's the rear subframe. I need to remove the rest of the exhaust off out the way. I think I'll drop or undo the shock mounts and leave the shocks in situ. And hopefully all the rest will come down as one piece. I've now got to reposition it on the ramp because obviously the mounts for the subframe are under the legs. So I've got to do that. And obviously disconnect brakes and whatever have you as well. So I will get on with that. Exhaust is off. It was obviously just the two hangers in the middle there and the two at the back of the back boxes, not a problem. We've repositioned the arms and undone the subframe. So the subframe is now hanging by its brake lines, although they're not stretched yet. It is just hanging on the shocks. I've undone them loosely so they're ready to come off once the car is down. We'll drop a pallet under and then lower it onto it and then just wind them out. Obviously handbrake is all on the subframe, but there's obviously some wires there, so we've got to be careful as we come up and get to try and unplug them. I can see a plug. Oh, you can't, but I can see a plug there. So it's just a matter of undoing these brake lines now and these sensors, if it's got sensors on the back, and then we'll drop it down. So there you go, subframe is out. It's very simple, didn't take very long at all. Obviously unplugged all the plugs. The only thing I did miss was the tank filler pipe goes through the subframe. I should have undone that before I dropped it, but I didn't see it until it was too late. I couldn't get my arm in here properly to undo this, so I just put a knife through the pipe. Not the end of the world, don't need it, not bothered. So now this is out, I can lower this down on the dollies, get it off the ramp, and then I can strip down the insides. Don't think I'll bother with a bumper. I've had it advertised, well, the whole car braking for a week. No one's even mentioned the rear end, so I'm not going to bother with that. But I do know that the controller for the handbrake is in the boot behind the light, and as the handbrake was all working, I will have that out. So let's get it off the ramp now. Well, there you go. It's on the dollies. I've connected the battery back up and undone the front seats because they're electric. Obviously, you need to move them back and forth. I've got the ignition barrel out for the buyer who wants it. So it'll probably now just sit here in case there's anything I need while doing the XJ. I'm sure there won't be, but it'll also give me more time to maybe get some bits sold. So I'll leave this one here. The next one will be the XJ. And as I said in the intro, hopefully I'll document it a bit more. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in that next video.